Hey everyone, welcome! Today we are diving deep into the massive new update, iPadOS 26. Yeah, on top of a seriously gorgeous new interface, it brings a huge upgrade to multitasking that's got a lot of people asking one very big question. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Is this the update? Is this the one that finally pushes the iPad from being an amazing tablet into a full-blown computer replacement? Well, let's break it down feature by feature and find out. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the visuals. iPadOS 26 is introducing a completely redesigned look that Apple is calling liquid glass. And trust me, it's a change you'll notice the second you wake up your screen. This new look is all about these small, slick details that just work together beautifully. You'll see it in the transparent buttons in the control center, the frosted glass effect on your notifications, and even the softer, rounded corners in apps like Safari. Plus, there are 8 new dynamic wallpapers to play with. And get this, a really cool spatial photo effect that gives your lock screen pictures a kind of 3D pop as you move the iPad around. And this whole vibe extends right to your app icons. You can finally long press to customize them, making them transparent to match that new glass theme, changing their color, tweaking their size. You can even hide the app names entirely for a super clean, minimalist look. It's pretty cool. But look, the new design is nice, but it's just the appetizer. The main course, the biggest change here, is the massive overhaul to multitasking. This is where iPadOS 26 really starts to feel like a computer. This is a total shift from the old way of doing things. You used to be locked into split view or slide over, stuck in these rigid layouts. Well, forget all that. Now you have free-form windows. You can resize them, move them around, stack them on top of each other, anywhere you want, just like on a desktop. And this new system has this really clever concept called an app group. So let's say you're working on a project and you stack a few windows together. That group stays bundled. If you switch over to check your email and then come back, the whole group is right there, just how you left it. And if you want to break them up, a quick double swipe up in the app switcher and poof, they're all individual apps again. And the desktop field just keeps going. You get the little Mac-style window controls to close, shrink, and maximize. You get app-specific toolbars, and finally, real support for background tasks. So for apps that support it, you can start exporting a video, shrink the window down, and just keep working on something else. Oh, and the dock, it's been expanded to hold way more apps. And when I say way more, I mean it. The dock can now hold up to 29 apps. Now, that might sound like overkill, but it's absolutely essential for pro users, especially if you're hooking your iPad up to an external monitor where you need quick access to a whole bunch of tools. Of course, having all this desktop power doesn't mean much without a powerful file system to back it up. And this is another area where iPadOS 26 delivers some huge, much-needed upgrades, especially in the Files app and the new Preview app. Jump into the Files app and you've got all these new ways to organize your stuff. You've got your image previews and lists, but the big one, especially for anyone coming from a Mac, is column view. This lets you click through nested folders in that classic tree-like structure. It feels just like you're on a desktop. And there are other great little quality of life improvements too. You can customize your folders with colors and emojis now, which is kind of fun, but also super useful. Any file you download immediately pops up in a little stack on your dock for easy access. And you can even scan documents right from the right-click menu. So convenient. And here's something that used to be a real pain. You always needed a third-party app for this, merging PDFs. Now it's just built in. You just select the files you want to combine, right-click, pick Quick Action, and then create PDF. Boom, it's done. It is shockingly fast and works so well.
But here's the thing. This update isn't just about making the iPad more like a Mac. It's also about giving the iPad its own unique, really powerful features with the arrival of Apple Intelligence.
A fantastic example is live translation. I mean, this is straight out of sci-fi. It allows two people who speak different languages to just have a conversation. One person talks, the iPad translates it out loud and shows the text, and then it does the exact same thing in reverse for the other person's reply. It's like having a universal translator right in your hands. Apple Intelligence also brings some seriously powerful creative tools. With something called Image Playground, you can create Genmojis, basically your own custom emojis just by describing what you want. And in a really huge move, you can now use ChatGPT's image generation model right inside the system for free to create images from scratch or even add new things to your own photos. So, after all that, after the freeform windows, the real file system, the on-device AI, let's circle all the way back to our original question.
You know, one analysis really hit the nail on the head. It said that if you're already using your iPad as a serious productivity tool, or you're thinking about it, you are going to feel that this upgrade is very, very good. And that really brings us to the bottom line. For pro users, for people who live in multiple apps and need serious file management, iPadOS 26 is an absolute game changer. But if your iPad is mostly for watching movies and browsing the web, you might not feel the impact of these huge changes quite as much. So in the end, it all comes down to you and how you use your devices. With all these powerful new desktop-class features, does iPadOS 26 finally have what it takes to replace your laptop? Now that is the real question. Thanks for joining me.